Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Apuborama, and in today's video we'll be breaking into this week's deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. We're going to start off with quadruple money. In front of us we have the taxi, and that is exactly what you're going to be earning times 4 money on this week, taxi work. Yeah, it's pretty lame, I'm not gonna lie. You can easily participate in the Cayo Perico heist, or probably even do payphone hits paired with agency jobs, and earn the same amount of money. So I can't really say taxi work is worth it at all, and it's not really that fun either. You're just picking people up and bringing them to a different location, so it's a little bit disappointing that taxi work is times 4 money, but hey, I will still try it out. I'll showcase a video of it tomorrow, and we'll see just how effective or ineffective it truly is. Let's move on to the absolutely massive pile of discounted vehicles and aircraft boats that we have this week. Now, to be honest, while there are a lot of discounts, only some of them are really good and others are just kind of tagged along. So let's start off, first of all, with the freebies. We have the Willard Adora as this week's prize ride. It's a $1.2 million car. Honestly, there's nothing special about it. I mean, it looks cool, but it's nothing special. You're going to have to win 3 days in a row, top 3, to get your hands on this vehicle. So it's pretty easy to get, but that's understandable. It's a pretty mediocre car, and I doubt you're going to be pulling it out of your garage all too much. For the Super Wheel Spin this week, it is the BR8, and this is really disappointing, to be honest. The BR8 is the only open wheel car that you can't buy discounted this week, and that's because Rockstar knows it's the best. The BR8 features the highest top speed of all the open wheel race cars, and it's by far a lot better than all the others in terms of lap time and overall speed. So it's very disappointing to see that the one that matters the most is not discounted. The only way to get it is a random chance in the Super Wheel Spin. But we still do have all the other of the open wheel race cars 40% off. That is huge. We have the DR1, which is normally $3 million. This week you can get it for $1.2. We have the PR4, which is normally $3.5 million. This week you can get it for $2.1. And we have the R88, which is normally $3.1 million, which you can get for $1.8. These are huge discounts, and all of them are definitely making it worthwhile to pick up these cars. Personally, there's not much of a difference between these vehicles apart from the looks. I mean, yeah, you're going to have a slight difference on lap time by maybe about 1 second overall between the 3 cars, but it's not enough to really make a noticeable difference. It's going to depend on how good you are as a driver. The BR8 is definitely going to make a difference, but the other 3, I don't really think matters too much, so it really depends just what you're looking for. I think all of them will look really cool. However, I love myself my Sprunk livery on my my cars. As we can see, I actually have 2 Sprunk liveries. Is that? Yeah, that is the Sprunk livery. I thought it was on my BR8, but yeah, I really, really like my Sprunk livery on the PR4 in the middle here. It just looks so dang nice. Too bad it's the most expensive of the bunch. Alright, well, moving on, we now have the 30% discounts, and we start off with the Bravado Banshee. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. The Banshee is normally, oh, you ready for this big old whopping price tag? $105,000. So you're saving about $30,000 this week, and you get it for $70,000. Whoa! Yeah, pretty mediocre. I mean, if you're playing on next-gen console, I guess you can upgrade this to an HSW vehicle, but you're not getting a discount on the HSW at all. Remember I said Rockstar's just kind of throwing on discounts? That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, this is one of them. I mean, the Banshee's an alright car, and it's a Viper. Who doesn't love the look of a Viper? But still, I mean, it's only like $30,000 off. I mean, it's nothing. Like, that's literally, like, no money whatsoever, so a little bit disappointing. We have a helicopter, being the Maverick. Again, a pretty deal. I mean, the Maverick is normally $780,000. You can get it this week for $550,000. But my question is, why not just buy like an agency for 1.9 or 2 million, and then you just get a helicopter for free? Yeah, I don't really think that anybody is going to be spending their money on a Maverick this week. I just don't see the purpose to doing it. You can literally just call Merryweather and request a helicopter pickup for like $200, and it'll do the exact same thing if you just shoot the pilot and take the helicopter. So don't buy the Maverick. We have another mediocre vehicle here, the Landstalker XL. You would think it's an Amani Tech car. It's not. It looks like one, but it doesn't feature any armor or bulletproof capabilities. The Landstalker is normally $1.2 million. You can get it for $850,000 this week. It's slow. It's not great at off-roading. It honestly doesn't look that good. I mean, somebody out there might like this car, but personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't play GTA Online to drive SUVs, so yeah, I don't know. I just don't see much of a reason to actually care for this vehicle. We move on to a car that I like the look of, but again, I just don't see much of a purpose to buy, and that is the Grotti Stinger. It's not even the Stinger GT. It's normally $875. This week you can get it for $600,000. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Ferraris, and it's a really nice looking vehicle. I just, again, don't really see much of a reason to actually pick it up when there's nothing unique going for it. Now, this is actually a really good deal. The Sea Sparrow, normally $1.8 million, you can get it for $1.3 million. The Sea Sparrow is literally the sparrow that you can get out of your Kosatka, but it can land in water. That's obviously what these pontoons are for, and that makes this helicopter incredibly useful. It's just as maneuverable and nimble as the normal Sparrow. It features homing missiles, which is obviously super capable. It does not feature flares, which is a little disappointing, but the fact that you can land it in water makes doing certain missions really easy, and honestly makes this one of the most versatile aircraft in the game. So I really like the Sea Sparrow. I think it's a very underrated helicopter, and I actually think it's a very good shout if you want something that is super versatile. I love helicopters, and I think they're great. Now we have the Squallow. This is normally $200,000. This week you can get it for $140,000. Why would you want a boat? That's as simple as it is. Like, seriously, why would you want to buy a boat? What are you going to do in this vehicle that you already haven't accomplished in GTA? You can literally just go over to the water and steal a boat. Like, don't buy a boat. It's not worth $200,000. It's not worth $100,000. I don't see the point of ever owning a boat in this game. Okay, so we arrived to the final two vehicles. First off, we have the SC1. I like the SC1. Unfortunately, it's just not a good car. It's cool looking. I think it's based off the BMW i8 or whatever that BMW supercar is, but it's just not fast. It doesn't feature good handling, and it really doesn't feature much customization. I do think it's a really unique looking vehicle, and the discount's nice. It's 30% off, so it goes from 1.6 mil to 1.1. It's not expensive. Like, if you do want a cheap supercar and a vehicle that looks kind of funky, this is definitely a good shout to pick up. It's just, I don't know, there's really not much going for it. I don't see much of a reason to purchase this vehicle. We arrived to the final car for today's video, which is the Zion Classic. And I actually like this vehicle a lot. I think it looks really good. It's not the best handling or top speed in the sports classics category, but it just looks really nice once you get it kitted out with the proper livery. I'm a big fan of old BMWs, and this is obviously based off of one, so I really have no complaints here. Either way, this week overall isn't anything too special. There is one other way of making some extra money, and that is open wheel races. If you complete 3 of them, you're going to get an additional $100,000 just for your career progress, and you're also going to get triple money on the open wheel races themselves, but I just don't see much of a reason to participate in them. I personally don't race too much in GTA anymore because you just don't see many people racing. I try going into a GTA lobby with racing, and you just get like a solo session, and it's very annoying. But either way, let me know what you guys think about this week's discounts. There's actually one more discount I almost forgot to mention in today's video, and that is the FH-1 Hunter, one of the coolest helicopters in the game. First of all, it features a missile barrage, and this is the only helicopter that does feature that. It features homing missiles that you can spam, and just that alone makes this helicopter amazing. But when you pair that with the fact it can survive upwards of 3 explosions, and it features flares that you can spam, yeah, it's a pretty fun helicopter to mess around with in general. So at the end of the day, I think that a lot of these discounts are good, a lot of them are bad. You can get the Hunter for $2.8 million when it's normally $4.1. Out of the discounts available, things I would suggest to buy and things I wouldn't. The FH Hunter, definitely pick it up if you don't own it. Absolutely amazing deal. The Zion Classic is alright if you like sports classics. The Sea Sparrow, great deal, would suggest to pick it up for only $1.3 million. And then I would say the other discounts that are good is just the open wheel cars. The open wheels are really good discounts, but that's about it. All the others are pretty mediocre, and personally, I wouldn't recommend to waste your money on. As always, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!